Hi, water signs. I'm here with your July 2019 general outlook. As this is a general reading, please take what resonates, toss the rest. You may want to also check your moon rising and other signs. You can find, I think I've mentioned this before, a free natal chart. I think it's on Cafe Astrology, or if you just Google free natal chart, you can find that information. It's always fascinating. Lately, my sun sign has been the one that's been the most on point, but for a while it was my moon and rising, which are Earth. So it changes, and I think a lot of it depends on many things that we don't even know as far as astrology and the shift of the planets and the energy. And speaking of the energy, if you guys are feeling what I am, I'm a fire sign as my sun sign, but I think everybody's feeling it. There's just been an influx of just crazy energy. I feel like since probably probably the last full moon. Actually, no, it was the new moon. I remember because I was coming back from Vegas, and that new moon really affected me. So we have another new moon coming up, and I think it's July 2nd, which is very soon. And we're also going to have some eclipses associated with that. At least one eclipse. I know it's eclipse season. There's a bunch of stuff going on celestially. So it's just a very powerful time. And with the eclipse occurring in Cancer as a water sign, obviously the water signs are probably going to be impacted. There's going to be a lot of emotions coming up to the surface. Mercury retrograde is coming up July 7th. I think it will be the fifth planet to go retro within the last few weeks. So I don't know about you, there's just been a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of lessons, a lot of opportunities, potential opportunities, and then things that you think are going to pan out, they don't. And you're like, why did that happen? There's a lesson in everything. So just keep that in mind. I didn't go back and watch, I didn't have time to go back and rewatch your June reading, but I just looked at the title and then some of it started coming back to me. It was talking about the time is now and it's awakening. So I was getting a sense, and I remember the water signs. You guys, either yourself or somebody that you're dealing with, if it's a romantic situation, you or both of you are going through massive shifts right now, awakening. There's just a lot going on. So with that being said, I'm not that surprised that I have a bunch of decks that wanted to be here. I have no idea what's going to come out. So why don't we just get started and see what comes out? So, knowing me, you guys, I'm sure, are not surprised that I bought another new deck. It's just my passion. So it's the Tattoo Tarot Ink and Intuition. I'm really excited to use these cards. I was just really drawn to them. And what was really cool is I haven't gone to a physical bookstore in years. I feel like I just shop on Amazon, and I know that's bad. But I was at the Green and with some friends, and they wanted to go, and I was like, "Where's your New Age section?" Went up, and this was the only set of these they had, and they're just awesome. So this is my first time using them. I'm just really excited, and I'm trying to see who these are by. Let's see. Mega Munden is a UK-based illustrator. So I think Diana McMahon-Colas must be the author. I'm not sure which one they would be under, but this is what they are. Tattoo Tarot. So we will see what comes out with these. We're going to use these, and then as usual, I'll pull a bunch of qualifiers, get some other messages for you guys. So what's going on with water signs for July? Currently, we're coming into July. Spirit guides, ascended masters, please use me as a clear channel to bring forth messages for the collective. Water signs. Messages. Water signs. First one. All right. Let's see. Okay. Let's see what we've got here. Wow. All right. So the first card out, and I don't know if I'm going to pronounce this right in this deck. It's weird. The last two decks, they've called pages knaves, Knave. Um, Knave of Wands, which is the Page of Wands, which is this passionate, fiery energy. It's an energy of communication. It's quick energy, and it can be sometimes with news of a job situation, but with the other cards that I'm getting here, I feel like this is more of a romantic situation, but I'm going to try to see if some other messages come through, but that's the initial message I'm getting, the feeling I'm getting, and the reason being is because the blocking energy is the Lovers, which is a major arcana. I feel like there's a couple different things. So either you as the water sign or the person you're dealing with is wanting to come forward with sort of this passionate message, but because it's a page energy, there's a realization that it's not quite time, because it's not quite to this level that it's going to be, I'm ready for this type of commitment. So it's either that's what's happening, or you or they are struggling to choose between two people. But this feeling I'm getting is it's more of a nervous energy. It's like, yeah, I know I need to come forward. I want to come forward, and I want to speak my truth, because you've got the Page of Swords as well. I want to do this. I want to come forward. I want to speak my truth, but I'm just not ready to offer something solid yet. I'm not ready for this level of a commitment. Because just there's still this Ten of Swords energy that's in the past, recent past. That's the good news is it's a 10, it's over. But there's still healing that needs to come from that. There's heartbreak, there's pain, there's healing that needs to transpire before this can, turn upright and become this situation versus just a page coming forward with maybe a passionate interlude and then not being ready and retreating again. So I think there's a hesitancy on one or both sides because of that. The current energy, though, is the Three of Coins, which is the Three of Pentacles, which to me is always a card of alchemy. It's a card of balance. It's a card of teamwork. And so I feel like there's some comfort here that or the person you're dealing with, and if you're cross-watching and you're dealing with a water sign, whoever it is that is the hesitant person that's not quite ready, I feel like there's work being done behind the scenes. There's solid, tangible work on themselves to heal this Ten of Swords. So progress is being made to close out that chapter, because you've got the World. How beautiful is this? Major Arcana. To just, look, it's like this person is raising their vibration. I see that they're raising their vibration. They're shining, because you can see the light coming off of them. They're skipping. They're kind of like rising above all of this crap that was weighing them down. And once they do that, once they find that divine connection, and remember when I say divine connection, I mean connection to spirit, connection to God. I was saying for you water signs last time that there was an awakening that was going to occur, and I feel like that is just on the precipice right now. Because you can see that this character right here is almost reached the arch, almost reached that top where the angels are talking, right? There's this just drawing energy up. Let me see what these are down here. This is like a bull, and this just to me looks like negative energy. There's also, it's a lion as well. So I feel like, again, Leo season is what I kept saying, which is July, starts Leo season. But it's like once they get through that, it's this, there's a freedom here. There's an eagle and there's an angel, and they're almost there. They're raising up. And guess what happens when you or the person you're dealing with reaches that point? There's no longer this page energy. There's solid king energy, King of Coins. There's confidence. There's growth. right? I mean, you can see the difference here when you've got, I mean, he looks like a boy. This is a man. This is a man who's ready to conquer shit. Be it the romantic situation or be it, I'm getting, stepping into your confidence, maybe pursuing a job opportunity. I mean, this could be having a decision to make, because we do have the pentacles here. The lovers is usually a romantic card, but it could be between a choice between two jobs. Close out a cycle of the one, and then you step into something you're passionate about, and it strengthens you financially. I'm getting that there has been some energy. I mean, we have the Five of Swords here, which is, a card of betrayal. It's a card of just being stabbed in the back. But what I'm getting is, yeah, with everything else, you're moving past this. There may be something, okay, I know what this is. Okay. So with the retrogrades coming, Mercury especially this month for you guys, water signs, I feel like you especially have been really tested with the karma. Again, this Ten of Swords, right? And so I feel like the universe may test you one more time. There may be an ex that comes back, a friend. There could be some sort of opportunity, a lifestyle, maybe if you've walked away from addictions, whatever this dark stuff was, this stuff that you're trying to rise above, something may come back to try to pull you back down into that. That's what this Five of Swords energy is. Once you start raising your vibration and getting into this king mode, everything's about balance. So sometimes I've went through this on my journey quite a bit. When you start raising your vibration, stuff, weird stuff starts happening, especially in dream state. I mean, it may not even be a physical thing that happens. I feel like for many of you, it will be. It will be an ex contacting you. It will be somebody coming back who has stabbed you in the back. And, but it could be, I have entities, I'm starting to have entities, threaten me in dreams. And if I'm not really quite asleep, it's like astral, like in between sleeping. I hear growling, hissing. I at times, I wake up and I swear that my cats are tearing each other apart. That's how loud the hissing and growling is. And I'm terrified that my cats are killing each other and there's sleep sound beside me. And I'm in like a cold sweat. And I really don't feel that scared. I know it sounds scary. I'm just relieved they're okay. And then I'm just like, okay, Archangel Michael, protect me. Put your light around me. I'm safe. I'm fine. I fall right back asleep. That kind of stuff might start happening, but I'm sensing, again, sorry to digress, more of you're going to be tempted by something. And it's like, oh, you're stepping into your king power. Oh, you're growing. You're ascending. Oh, hi. I want to come back. I want to try again. I won't hurt you again this time. Blah, 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 blah. You're going to recognize pretty quickly the same shit that's repeated itself before. And I feel like this is the last time. This is the final go around, right? And you're going to know there's going to be a swift decision, Eight of Wands, swift communication, swift, like, okay, this person's coming back. I get what this is. This is a test. I'm not going there again. I'm not going there again. I'm done with this karma. I'm done. Judgment. I'm done. I'm done. I am going to look up. I'm looking up. I'm not going back. I'm going forward. Why? Because, and if this is a romantic situation, you remember as the king, and the king it can be just the powerful energy. It doesn't have to be masculine. But what's waiting for me is my counterpart. King of Coins, Queen of Coins. Solid, physical, tangible, real. This is it, right? They're both holding a diamond. They look like twins. They have the same goals. They have the same values, the same beliefs. And there's none of this drama. There's not Five of Swords. I mean, when dealing with this person or this situation, if, whatever it is that comes back to test you. Again, toxic patterns, you might be tested, toxic job situations, toxic family members. It can be anything. It doesn't have to be romantic. That's what I'm picking up on, but this is general reading. So I'm trying to, convey the most messages for everyone. But whatever it is, it's not, you're done with this. This is drama, this is chaos, this is conflict. This isn't how you want to live the rest of your life. You do not want to live your rest of your life in Five of Swords energy. You don't. You're done. You're rising above that shit. You're rising above it. You're done. Ten of Swords, it's in the past. And you know it now, right? You're not in the Nine of Swords. You're not wallowing in it. The Five of Swords is not the current energy. I think, again, it came out as you're going to be tested again. And how are you going to handle it? How are you going to handle it? You're going to be strong enough to say no. You're going to quickly, you're going to realize, oh, this is bullshit. This is a test. Nope. Moving along. Why? Because I want to be done with this. I want to move on to the next chapter of my life. I want my solid partner, energetic match. I want, be it my job, I want my situation to be peaceful. I'm tired of just, I just keep getting there's drama and there's chaos, and you just want stability, and you want to just have something solid. Okay, it's beautiful. Oh, and the other reason that I said it was going to be a romantic situation and kind of a counterpart thing is because the bottom of the deck is Six of Cups, which is always a card. It's about the return of love from someone from your past, and again, not to be confused with this drama that comes back from the past. There's also could be somebody else who's been there. That things never really progressed again because the Lovers was blocking. It never was right because of all this karma. There's just a lot of karma with the Judgment here, Five of Swords world, closing those things out. This soul connection is the one that's the solid one coming back. So with that being said, we're going to pull some other cards. We're going to see what comes out. The Six of Cups coming out can also deal with childhood issues, nostalgia, those types of things, but it can also deal with wounding. Let's see what comes out. I'm going to see what cards are going to come out. Since there's this Ten of Swords here, we got the karma floating around. Let's see what shadows might come back. Yeah, with the shadows, this is good because this is the Twin Flame Shadows deck by Mystic Moon. When the retrogrades come about, they force us to face our shadows, right? Everything is kind of brought up in front of us, and it's like, oh, here's your shadow. And you know what you do? You say, okay, I see you. Get behind me now. It's time to get behind me. And if it brings up emotions that you want to face, if it's rejection, if it's abandonment, and you feel like you need to cry, and you need to let it out. You need to acknowledge it. Don't be ashamed of that. Even though you feel like you dealt with it, it may come back. All right. Okay, there's one. That makes sense. Get one more, please. One more shadow for water signs. Take two. Oh my gosh. Okay. So the first one that came out was Scorned, which I'm not surprised because we had Ten of Swords here in the past, Five of Swords coming back. It's like somebody who may have scorned you, who betrayed you, who hurt, that energy, that memory, that person themselves, something might come back to trigger those wounds in you. This could deal with childhood. We've got childish. Childish is the shadow coming out. Again, I just was saying that Six of Cups can sometimes deal with childhood issues. And embarrassment also came out. So that's definitely, that can be shame, embarrassment. That's definitely one of the things I feel a lot as a childhood wound that comes out is just feeling like I didn't fit in and feeling, sometimes things that trigger me and I just feel stupid and embarrassed and I just get really just feel ashamed. That could be something that comes out that you might need to work on is just hearing like confidence, right? Because if you're in that page energy, you're not quite the king. So there's some things that you need to deal with from your past with being scorned, feeling ashamed, embarrassed, not good enough, those types of things, and you need to close that out. Let's see. I'm trying to remember what this is. This is another new deck that I just got. This is a Magical Messages from the Fairies by Doreen Virtue. I feel like there's a message in here for water signs. We got a message here for water signs for July. Message here for person. Okay, so this is debt paid off. So some of you maybe your Ten of Swords energy has been tied to not feeling financially stable and secure, but just trust that when you've got this Three of Pentacles energy here, there is some stability. You're almost to four. Four is kind of feeling I guess not quite stable. Three is you're getting balance, right? But I feel like you're coming out as the King of Coins, or the Queen of Coins if you're a feminine energy. So you might be dealing with something that's forcing you to close out, like I said, to choose between a job situation, perhaps move on to something where you can become more financially secure and stable. We also have dietary change. Improve your diet and your life will also improve. So some of you, the Five of Swords, Ten of Swords energy could definitely be around addictions, and just that could be the shadow that you need to face this month. You might be tested with that, trying to just cut back on drinking or drugs or just otherwise unhealthy practices. Also, you just might find if you're affected by this intense energy like I am and many others, that your body, there's certain things you can't handle anymore that just don't, day to day. I mean, I find I'm changing what I eat. Like I was so, I for couple weeks, I started doing intermittent fasting so I would eat from about 11:30 in the morning until 7:30 at night. And then the mornings that I would exercise at 5:45 a.m., I would drink smoothies that I would make at home just to have something in my system because it's a really intense workout that I do. But I was feeling so much better and so energized, and I was cutting back drinking drastically. Barely had, I mean, I'd go days without any wine, which was unheard of for me before. But then this crazy influx of energy comes in. I had a lot of stress at work, and suddenly it's like I have to eat constantly. Like I'm so hungry, I can't. And then today, I'm forcing myself to eat. I can't, I need to eat. I try to eat my lunch, and I'm just like, I don't feel bad. I have no appetite. So, and I've also cut out beef and pork as well. Just too heavy. It's too heavy, and I just can't, I just doesn't sound good anymore. So listen to your body, trust, there's nothing right or wrong. Just because, yeah, I said I'm intermittent fasting, nobody's going to hold me to saying, oh, well, you're doing that or you're not. I mean, I'm doing what my body needs day to day. My body felt good when I was doing that, and then my body said, you need more food, you need this, you need that, whatever. So I just do what's right for me, and that's what you should do as well. Drink a lot of water. You cannot drink enough water. I also put some electrolytes in mine instead of drinking Gatorade. I have iodine drops because I'm deficient on that. That's a message coming out. A lot of people don't get their iodine tested. It's not a normal thing. But most people don't eat iodized salt anymore. They eat sea salt. And iodine, especially if you're a female, it can cause infertility. It can cause a lot of issues. So I highly suggest getting your iodine tested. And again, I add it liquid, it's tasteless, to my water when I work out, along with electrolytes and some amino acids, and it makes me feel so good. Let's see here. I'm going to pull signs from Spirit. If you're in this situation, and you're being tested and you're like, you're not sure what to do, this may be a sign you can ask for this month when these retrogrades come back. Is this legit? Do I trust this person's real, or am I supposed to go down this path? These are maybe some signs you can ask for to help guide you. Some of these are really weird, but we'll see what comes out. I've had people, they've made no sense to me, and then, oh my God, you guys, you can't make this shit up. You can't. All right, what other signs? All right. Oh my God. All right. You see how many cards, you guys? You see there's at least 70 cards in here. Okay, so the first one that came out, what were we talking about? Divine counterparts that was coming through. Flame, eternity, eternal flame, twin flame. Definitely getting that vibe from this reading, with the Six of Cups, with judgment, with the world, with the lovers, with Three of Pentacles, the counterparts coming out. I may have already said that. Yeah, you might hear the song Eternal Flame when you're thinking about a person. You might see some beautiful, artwork that has a bunch of flames in it, a candle, something like that as a sign. White, I don't think I've seen this card before. Purity, safety, innocence, light. For me, my guess is you might find some white feathers along your path. I came home, I'm trying to remember where I was when I came home, from Columbus, yeah, last weekend. And there was a huge white feather right when I walked in the door, and I have no idea where it came from. My cats hadn't disturbed it. I don't know how. They like to, if I get feather toys for them, they tear them off and eat them. So this thing was just laying there. I'm getting a lot of white feather signs. But so if you're thinking about a certain person, is this person my safety? Is this person, the direction I'm supposed to go? You might then walk outside and find a white feather, or see some other sort of like a white light, some sort of flash of white, something will come through. This is really funny because the bottom of the deck, something was like flip it over, right? Because we said the Five of Swords. The Five of Swords is the betrayal card, and how if this person's coming back, and you're like, oh, I don't know, maybe this is the person I'm supposed to go back to. I don't know. You might see a snake. And this is the funny thing, because the Five of Swords, my tarot teacher, she always calls it the smiling snake card, because that's the person, that's the friend that'll stab you in the back. That's something like that. So, if you're trying to decide, if you're on, the lover's energy where you're trying to decide between two people and you don't know what to do, you're gonna get signs, feelings, songs about white, purity, flames, and then you're probably gonna get one about a snake. So which one is it? And I think you'll know. Same goes for a job or another, a different situation that doesn't have to be romantic. If you have this sick feeling in your gut, and you have this kind of energetic feeling when you think about the situation versus this one, look how light and etheric this is versus that. Trust your gut, trust your intuition, right? I'm getting that strongly, water signs, that a lot of you are very intuitive, and you're more in your head because you're afraid, because you're maybe sometimes known to be too emotional, being a water sign. And sometimes you feel like, oh, I shouldn't, my heart, it's just led me, I've been hurt, and I shouldn't trust my intuition, I shouldn't trust my emotions, I need to just think with my head, because if I think with my heart, so you've closed your heart off, and you think you're going to get hurt. But then there's the cycles that keep repeating, where something's familiar and it feels safe, but you just keep repeating the same thing over and over. See how the snake is just coiled? It's like going around, it's looping around itself till it's eventually going to choke itself. I don't know if snakes do that, but that's what I'm getting from this one, right? You want to close this out, water signs. You're going to close it out in July. You're going to become stable. It's Judgment Day. It's Judgment Day. And you have some beautiful things coming your way. So I hope this reading resonated, and I will see you next month.